Once you understand that your greatest leverage is your own energy, the next step becomes clear. You must stop feeding the cycle that keeps the connection unbalanced. Many people stay trapped because they react to every delay, every cold message, every sudden disappearance. They answer confusion with more effort. They answer distance with panic. They answer uncertainty with endless patience. But every reaction teaches the other person that they can pull away and still receive full access to you. Patterns survive when both people keep playing their roles. If one person runs and the other chases, the pattern continues. If one person shuts down and the other over-explains, the pattern repeats. If one person gives little and the other gives more, imbalance becomes normal. This is why your silence matters. Not because it hurts them, but because it interrupts the old script. When you stop reacting instantly, you create space for consequences. When you stop rescuing every cold moment, you allow reality to speak. When you stop carrying the emotional weight alone, the truth of the connection becomes visible. Some people only realize the value of support after it is no longer doing all the work. Human psychology responds strongly to contrast. Warmth is noticed after coldness. Security is recognized after instability. Steady presence becomes clear after emptiness. If someone has grown used to receiving your care without effort, then your sudden focus on yourself creates a powerful emotional mirror. They begin to experience what they once ignored. This does not mean becoming rude, bitter, or cruel. It means becoming calm. It means no longer explaining yourself to someone committed to misunderstanding you. It means answering with dignity instead of urgency. It means choosing peace over proving a point. Emotional maturity is attractive because it cannot be manipulated. There is another truth many people avoid. Sometimes you are not missing the person. You are missing the hope of who they could become. You are attached to potential, not reality. You replay the rare sweet moments and ignore the repeated pain. You hold on to promises and overlook patterns. This keeps many strong people stuck for years. An avoidant may show flashes of affection, then disappear again. They may speak warmly, then grow distant the moment closeness returns. Those moments can feel addictive because inconsistency creates craving. The brain starts chasing reward the same way it chases unpredictable wins. You keep waiting for the next good moment. You keep believing the next conversation will change everything. But emotional health cannot grow inside a cycle of crumbs and confusion. This is why discipline matters more than desire. Desire says answer now, reach out now, fix it now. Discipline says pause, observe, choose wisely. Desire wants relief today. Discipline builds respect for tomorrow. Desire fears losing them. Discipline fears losing yourself. When you master that difference, your entire presence changes. You stop becoming available at the cost of your peace. You stop rearranging your day for uncertain attention. You stop measuring your worth by how someone responds. That shift is powerful because self-value changes how others experience you. People often treat you according to the standards you accept. If someone senses that you tolerate mixed effort, they rarely rise higher. If they sense that your kindness comes with strong boundaries, they think differently. If they realize access to you is no longer automatic, attention often increases. Not because of tricks, but because scarcity creates awareness. What is easy to reach is often ignored. What requires respect is approached carefully. Many avoidants are not moved by speeches. They are moved by emotional reality. They notice when your tone changes from anxious to steady. They notice when you stop over-investing. They notice when your world no longer revolves around their moods. They notice when your life looks full, grounded, and meaningful without them at the center. That is when curiosity begins. They may wonder why you changed. They may check in unexpectedly. They may test whether you are still waiting. This is where many people lose progress. The moment attention returns, they rush back into old habits. They become overexcited, overavailable, and emotionally unguarded. Then the pattern restarts. Do not confuse temporary interest with transformation. A message is not growth. Missing you is not healing. Attention is not commitment. Real change appears through consistency, accountability, openness, and repeated effort over time. Anything less is just another loop wearing a different face. Your job is not to decode every signal. Your job is to remain centered. Let actions speak louder than words. Let time reveal intentions. Let behavior prove what promises cannot. Strong people do not need endless explanations because patterns already tell the story. And while they are figuring out what your absence means, you should be building a life that feels good with or without their return. Improve your body, strengthen your mind, deepen your purpose, protect your routines, build friendships, grow confidence through action. Nothing increases attraction like someone becoming better while no longer begging to be seen. Remember this deeply. The person who detaches from chaos becomes powerful. The person who refuses emotional scraps becomes rare. The person who can love deeply yet walk away from disrespect becomes unforgettable. So if they start to feel the space you left behind, let that space teach what your words never could. Let silence reveal your worth. Let distance expose what comfort once hid. And most of all, let your growth become the message they cannot ignore. The moment you stop chasing old patterns, another challenge appears. It is not them. It is you. It is the battle inside your own mind. Because even after you choose distance, there will be nights when loneliness speaks louder than logic. There will be mornings when memory feels stronger than wisdom. There will be moments when your hand wants to send a message your heart will regret later. This is where true strength is tested. Anyone can stay strong when emotions are quiet. Real discipline is staying steady when feelings become loud. Real growth is holding your standards when longing tries to negotiate with pain. Many people lose progress, not because the other person changed them, but because they could not manage themselves. They gave in to temporary emotion and returned to the same wound expecting a different result. Understand something important about the mind. It often confuses familiarity with safety. Even painful situations can feel comfortable if they are known. Chaos can become normal when repeated long enough. Uncertainty can feel exciting when the nervous system has adapted to stress. This is why many people miss unhealthy connections. They are not always missing love. They are missing what became familiar. That truth can save you, because when you know the difference, you stop romanticizing struggle. You stop calling anxiety passion. You stop calling inconsistency mystery. You stop calling emotional distance independence. You begin to see clearly, and clear vision is dangerous to every pattern that once controlled you. There may be times when they reappear suddenly, a casual message, a random reaction, a short greeting after silence. This often happens when they sense your energy has moved elsewhere. But remember, attention returning is not always the same as intention returning. Some people reach out because they miss access, not because they built maturity. Some come back because they feel empty, not because they learned how to love well. This is why you must listen to actions more than words. Words can arrive in seconds. Behavior takes time. Anyone can say they miss you. Anyone can promise change. Anyone can sound sincere in one emotional moment. But consistency is the language truth speaks. Patience reveals what excitement tries to hide. Ask yourself better questions now. Do they bring peace or confusion? Do they communicate clearly or keep everything uncertain? Do they take responsibility or avoid hard conversations? Do they show up steadily or only when lonely? These questions protect your future more than feelings ever will. Many people think strength means never caring. That is false. Strength often means caring deeply while still refusing what damages you. It means having love in your heart and boundaries in your hands. It means wishing someone well without allowing them to repeat the same harm. It means being soft inside and solid outside. There is power in emotional control. When you no longer rush to every message, you think clearly. When you no longer panic at silence, you remain grounded. When you no longer need closure from another person, you become free. Freedom is attractive because it cannot be owned. It cannot be played with. It cannot be shaken easily. At this stage, your life must become bigger than the connection itself. Too many people shrink their world around one person. Their mood depends on replies. Their confidence depends on attention. Their peace depends on someone unpredictable. That is a dangerous way to live. Build a life where joy has many sources. Build routines that support your body and mind. Build goals that pull you forward. Build a future that does not wait at someone else's door. When your world expands, obsession weakens. When purpose grows, emotional dependency fades. When self-respect rises, tolerance for mixed treatment falls. This is how healing happens. Not through one dramatic moment, but through repeated choices that honor your value. And here is something surprising. The less you need a specific outcome, the stronger your presence becomes. Neediness creates pressure. Desperation creates noise. Calm certainty creates magnetism. People feel the difference immediately. Someone who wants love is human. Someone who needs love to feel complete often gives away too much power. So if they come back, meet them with clarity. Not anger, not revenge, not blind excitement. Clarity. Watch patterns carefully. Notice effort. Notice honesty. Notice whether their behavior matches the future you deserve. If it does not, be willing to walk away without drama. Silent standards speak louder than emotional speeches. And if they never return, that is not failure. Sometimes the greatest gift is separation from what kept draining your spirit. Sometimes unanswered endings create stronger beginnings. Sometimes losing access to one person opens the door to finding yourself again. Never forget this. Your value does not rise when someone chooses you. Your value was there before they arrived. It remains if they leave. It grows when you recognize it. The strongest people are not those who hold on to everyone. They are those who know when to release what cannot meet them properly. So keep walking forward. Keep protecting your peace. Keep choosing what nourishes your mind instead of what confuses your heart. Whether they miss you or not, your mission is bigger now. You are becoming the kind of person who no longer abandons themselves for connection. And that transformation will reward you far more than any message ever could. There comes a point where everything becomes simple. Not easy, but simple. You finally realize the question was never how to make them miss you. The deeper question was why you believed you had to earn basic care in the first place. Why did you feel the need to prove your worth to someone unsure of giving theirs? Why did you keep carrying a connection that asked you to shrink, wait, and wonder? When those questions become clear, your whole life begins to change. Many people spend years trying to unlock another person while never learning themselves. They study texts, moods, signals, timing, silence, and distance. They become experts in reading someone else, yet strangers to their own needs. They know when the other person pulls away, but do not know when they themselves are exhausted. They know when the other person feels pressured, but do not know when they themselves feel neglected. That is the cost of forgetting yourself. The strongest turning point happens when your focus returns home. You start asking different things. What do I need to feel secure? What kind of love feels healthy? What behaviors create trust? What standard can I no longer lower? These questions build a new identity, They move you from reacting to choosing. They move you from chasing to leading your own life. Once this shift happens, something powerful follows. You stop being impressed by small effort after long absence. You stop celebrating crumbs as if they are feasts. You stop calling confusion chemistry. You stop calling waiting loyalty. You stop calling pain devotion. Your emotional eyesight becomes sharp. And when vision improves, old traps lose power. There is a reason many people stay stuck. They confuse intensity with depth. Fast emotions can feel meaningful. Sudden closeness can feel rare. Unpredictable attention can feel exciting. But depth is different. Depth is safety. Depth is honesty. Depth is consistency. Depth is knowing where you stand without guessing every day. Mature love calms the nervous system. It does not keep it in constant alarm. This matters because once you know the difference, you stop craving what once disturbed your peace. You become less interested in people who bring sparks but no stability. You become more drawn to those who bring clarity, warmth, and steady effort. Growth changes attraction. Healing changes taste. And yes, sometimes the avoidant may notice all of this. They may sense that the version of you who once waited endlessly is gone. They may realize your energy feels different now, more grounded, more selective, more self-led. That awareness can create respect where comfort once created carelessness. But by then, something inside you has already evolved. You are no longer standing still hoping to be chosen. This is the hidden reward few people talk about. The process begins with wanting them to miss you, but it often ends with you outgrowing the need entirely. You begin by seeking their attention. You finish by building your own life. You begin with heartbreak. You finish with standards. You begin feeling powerless. You finish understanding your strength. Never underestimate what happens when a person decides to protect their peace. Their posture changes, their energy changes, their decisions change. They no longer rush where they are uncertainly received. They no longer argue for simple respect. They no longer beg for what should be given freely. They carry themselves differently because they know what they bring. This is the version of you that becomes unforgettable, not because you played games, not because you tried to create jealousy, not because you used silence as a trick. You become unforgettable because you chose dignity. You chose growth. You chose truth over fantasy. You chose to become whole instead of endlessly hungry for someone else's approval. There will always be people who cannot meet you where you stand. Let them go with grace. There will always be those who admire your light only when it is no longer shining on them. Let them learn through distance. There will always be those who return only when they feel your absence. Let time test their sincerity. Your role is not to convince everyone. Your role is to remain aligned with what you deserve. Imagine living from that place every day. No overthinking delayed replies. No emotional chaos deciding your mood. No shrinking to fit another person's comfort zone. No constant wondering where you stand. Just peace, purpose, standards, and forward movement. That kind of life is worth more than any unstable connection. So if someone misses you, let it be because you were genuine, kind, and valuable. Let it be because your presence was real. Let it be because losing access to you revealed what they overlooked. But never make their regret the center of your story. Your growth must be the center. Your future must be the center. Your self-respect must be the center. The truth is simple now. The moment you stopped chasing them was the moment you started finding yourself. The moment you stopped begging for clarity was the moment your own mind became clear. The moment you stopped fearing loss was the moment you gained power. Keep moving with that wisdom. Keep choosing what honors your spirit. Keep walking toward people who know how to meet effort with effort, care with care, honesty with honesty. And if anyone from the past looks back and realizes what they lost, let them. By then, you will be too busy becoming everything you were meant to be.